initial plan for this post was to review the past year's political developments. But like many Americans, the surprising news of the military action against Venezuela compelled me to prioritize the urgent topic instead. On that note, Happy New Year, and let's begin. In a surprise overnight operation on January 3, 2026, the United States executed a targeted regime change in Venezuela. The large-scale attack, which began with initial strikes in Venezuela, culminated in the capture of President Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores, while most Americans were asleep. This represents an unprecedented and illegal crossing of the Rubicon in international relations. Nicolas Maduro Moros, a prominent Venezuelan politician and former union leader, has occupied the highest office in Venezuela as president since 2013. His rise to the presidency followed the death of his predecessor and mentor, Hugo Chavez, whose socialist revolution Maduro has vowed to continue. Maduro's political career saw him take on several significant and influential roles within the Chavez administration before assuming the presidency. From 2012 to 2013, he served as the 24th vice president of Venezuela. This position placed him in a key leadership role and positioned him as Chavez's chosen successor. Prior to his time as vice president, Maduro gained international experience as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, a post held for 6 years, from 2006 to 2012. During his tenure as foreign minister, he was instrumental in shaping Venezuela's foreign policy, particularly strengthening ties with allied nations and participating in regional bodies. His long service under Chavez, both as diplomat and a high-ranking executive, solidified his standing within the United Socialist Party of Venezuela and the Bolivarian movement. The mainstream media justifies this war crime, abducting Venezuela's sitting president Maduro after bombing the capital, by focusing on his faults, like his unpopularity, the poor Venezuelan economy, and authoritarianism. Regardless of Maduro's dictatorship and economic failure, the United States action was an illegal, unprovoked international war crime, executed by the military without a declaration of war, congressional authorization, or UN approval. This kidnapping is being obscured by military euphemisms like precision strikes. The Trump administration declared Venezuelan groups like Tren de Agua a terrorist organization. Following the U.S. initiated airstrikes against suspected yet unconfirmed drug traffickers in the Caribbean Sea. Concurrently, the U.S. began seizing Venezuelan oil tankers and significantly increased its military presence in the waters surrounding the South American nation. Trump has made no secret of his contemplation of regime change in Venezuela. In late November, he issued an ultimatum to Maduro, offering him safe passage out of the country if he relinquished power. Maduro rejected the offer, telling his supporters he refused a slave's peace and claiming the U.S. was primarily interested in seizing control of Venezuela's oil reserves. The escalating pressure from the Trump administration occasionally appeared to catch the Caracas government off guard. Maduro repeatedly stated that Venezuela sought to avoid war with the U.S. In one instance, he performed a dance in front of students to the lyrics of "No War, Yes Peace," while mimicking Trump's characteristic double fist pump. Despite the hostile environment, only 2 days before his eventual capture, Maduro expressed in a television interview that he would welcome U.S. investment in Venezuela's oil sector. Venezuela's leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores, their kidnapping actually had been reportedly carried out by the Army's Delta Force based on CIA intelligence with President Trump's prior approval. The operation, initially planned for Christmas Day, was delayed. Following Nicolas Maduro's capture, Attorney General Pam Bondi announced indictments in the Southern District of New York for narco-terrorism, cocaine importation, and weapons possession and conspiracies. Bondi lauded President Trump's accountability efforts and the military success, which culminated months of maximum pressure, including a no-fly zone and seizing oil tankers, while many Venezuelans reportedly celebrated the removal of the corrupt leader. The U.S.-led regime change sparked significant controversy. Critics, including experts and some Trump supporters, condemned the action as an illegal invasion with legally perilous implications, setting a dangerous international law precedent. A major constitutional debate is ongoing, with critics arguing the president exceeded his authority by acting without congressional declaration of war, from Article 2 of the Constitution, noting the Senate and Armed Services Committee was allegedly not notified. The administration justified the arrest based on drug trafficking. However, critics dismiss this as a pretext, pointing out that Venezuela accounts for a negligible fraction of fentanyl entering the United States, which primarily originates elsewhere. They cite Trump's recent pardon of former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez, a convicted cocaine trafficker, to question the sincerity of his anti-drug stance. Many observers, including critics, caution against prematurely deeming the operation a success. The post-dictator phase of regime change is historically difficult, and the Trump administration is now considered accountable for the future and events in Venezuela. Criticism has come from across the political spectrum. Figures like former Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard and even a staunch Trump supporter, Dan Bilzerian, have characterized the action as illegal under U.S. and international law due to the lack of congressional approval. Some also question the nature of the provocation from Venezuela. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, rumored to be a principal architect of Trump's South American policy, defended the action by labeling Maduro the head of an illegitimate narco-terror organization. Senator Mike Lee used deliberately softer language, calling the kinetic action solely necessary to protect and defend those executing the arrest warrant, a claim critics widely dismissed as a cover story. The overarching concern among critics is that the United States is dangerously reinforcing the idea that regime change initiated by the U.S. is acceptable, a standard they believe is harmful to international law and U.S. foreign policy. According to Fox News, Trump stated that he observed the overnight capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, describing the experience as literally like I was watching a television show. The military operation against Venezuela is not about drugs, justice, or democracy, despite narco-terrorism propaganda, and is too large-scale for the Epstein file distraction theory. The real motivations are twofold. First, the goal is not acquiring oil, but preserving the petrodollar system. The U.S. is preemptively attacking a potential shift away from the dollar in oil trade, specifically challenging the new BRICS unit digital currency, which threatens U.S. dollar hegemony, and the ability to fund massive deficits via treasury bonds. BRICS nations are the primary recipients of Venezuelan heavy crude oil. Then there is the second motivation. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's central goal is to destroy the Cuban communist regime. Venezuelan oil has been Cuba's economic lifeline since 1998, exchanged for personnel like doctors and security advisors. By toppling Venezuela and cutting off the cash flow, the United States aims to strangle the Cuban economy, hoping for two regime changes, fulfilling Rubio's desire to undo the Cuban Revolution. The U.S. decapitation of the government will not ensure a smooth transition. The idea that the U.S.-aligned opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, will waltz into Caracas is dangerously naive, guaranteeing chaos, competing power claims, violence, and resistance from Maduro's allies, the military and regional powers. The U.S. repeatedly makes the mistake of assuming toppling a dictator leads to democracy, but it just never works out. Questioning Venezuelan elections is hypothetical, giving U.S. alliances with absolute monarchies like Saudi Arabia and its history of coups and domestic election crises, focusing on Maduro's sins distracts from the illegal U.S. intervention. This brazen intervention rivals early 20th century gunboat diplomacy in the 1973 CIA-backed Chilean coup of Salvador Allende or Kissinger's secret bombing of Cambodia as a violation of international law. The action dangerously establishes might makes right. If the U.S. can invade, kidnap a president, and try him based on international crime accusations, then any powerful nation could do the same to the United States. Domestic unpopularity does not license foreign military intervention and kidnapping. The story is constantly evolving. Even as the script was being written, new information emerged, including a statement from Trump to the press that the U.S. intends to govern Venezuela until a responsible transition of power can be executed. Furthermore, on the day of this recording, Trump became embroiled in a related controversy concerning alleged collusion with CBS regarding the reporting of the invasion and his motives for it. The brutality of the United States imperial war machine in Venezuela demands that we accelerate and advance our resistance. We must all amplify our efforts, both in this resistance and in support of Ukraine, Palestine, and Somalia, as well as other countries. I am issuing a clear call for a unified front for peace against all forms of United States imperialist warmongering. This is not a complicated issue, and the lines we draw must be sharply defined. Everyone has a role to play. If you belong to an organization and insist that its leadership engage in meaningful resistance, urge your preferred content creators and influencers to take a stand for peace. If you're an artist, use your medium to demand peace. A unified effort on this front is essential. Assuming the title President of Peace, Donald Trump has often presented himself as a global mediator, yet his choices that add to the global instability and conflict can't be ignored. George Carlin said, "Fighting for peace is like screwing for virginity." That's all for this week. Until next time, remember, your voice is vital. Stand up, speak out, strike back. They don't know what they started. If you appreciate this content, please like, share, and subscribe. For updates, ring the bell. Your support truly helps the channel.